Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wake the hell up, turn the volume way up, because we've got tonight's episode of the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast. I'm Matt Kobold, joined by Max Faulkner. Maxie, how you doing tonight, man?
Pretty good, dude. It is cold here in Tennessee. Okay, we are getting a winter storm watch. We're under a winter storm watch coming up on Friday. We're gonna get like 5 inches. We're gonna get like 5 inches of snow, which is nice. I'm happy with the nice little powder. Nice little powder on Friday night. Hopefully, on Saturday I might go sledding. I might say screw it. I'm just gonna go roll down the hill over there. I don't have a sled, so I'm just gonna roll down the hill.
Roll. Put on some snow pants.
Yeah,
slippery snow pants.
It's been a while since I played in the snow. Okay, living in California in the West Coast. Angels? Yeah, snow angels. Yeah, snowball fight. You know, there's kids all around. Maybe I just start throwing it at them.
5 on 1.
Start something. That would be fun.
1.
That would be fun.
Build a couple forts.
Hey, I was a big snow fort guy. Did that every single Christmas or winter time in general. But how about you, Cobrazy? What's going on over there?
Well, since we're on the topic of weather, definitely cold. Got some snow last night. Currently 21 degrees. Ooh. I got home. My heat's not working.
The heat's not working. Get a fire going. Get a fire going, man. Get a rock. Get 2 rocks. Silver.
So I'm definitely nervous. Definitely nervous right now. Got to play with. I played with it already a little bit, but gonna go back down to the basement after this. So. Luckily, no one's in the Airbnb in the basement tonight, so just Bentley and I. We'll be good if it's not.
It's warm in the basement, or you got a fireplace?
No, neither. Nobody's in the basement. We're not hosting anybody for the Airbnb tonight, so that's good. It's cold.
Oh, okay. So you're not. I thought you said you're going down there.
I'm going down there to fuck with the heater.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Got it. Oh man,
I wasn't clear.
You ever see? Now that we're on the topic, you ever see A Christmas Story? Okay, the Red Ryder BB gun. Oh my God! Well, it's great. Oh, dude, you.
I miss most movies. 90% of movies. 90% of movies.
Goodness.
I've missed it.
I've missed it. Great Christmas movie, everybody. Since we didn't talk enough about it, but there's this one scene where the dad, he's always getting a fight with the furnace because the furnace keeps going out for the heat, and he's always excited about it. He's like, ah, and then you just see him cussing. He's cussing downstairs, and
it's a little game.
Rattling.
It's a little game.
So anyway, that's what it reminded me of. That's what you're doing.
That might be me tonight. That might be me tonight. I almost went and got a hammer already, but I didn't. But yeah, Max, we got a big football episode coming to you tonight. We got the NFL playoffs starting. We haven't talked fantasy football here in a couple of weeks. We haven't been doing our extra juicy dogs or my buddy Mr. Tutties. We haven't been doing those. So for you NFL fans out there, you fantasy football fans, we're gonna be breaking down all 6 of these wild card games this weekend. But Max, let's start with the college football playoff because we're in the semifinals, baby. The first ever 12-team format, the first ever college football playoff games on home campuses. Max, let's just look back at the quarterfinals real quick. A big question after last week was rest versus rust, okay? Yeah. The 4 teams who all earned the bye, the top 4 teams, all the power conference champions who all earned the bye, they all lost.
Wow, okay? Yeah. Uh-huh.
What's your thoughts on that? Does the committee need to rethink the seeding? Give me just a brief thought on the rest versus rust, how all 4 teams with the bye all lost, all got jumped on early.
Wow. Now, you really got to think about this as a coach. Yeah, sure, you can talk about the committee. They got to talk about reseeding and everything. But considering that this was the first playoff, they're definitely going to do the same thing next year. Okay, you can't just base it off of one time. No. Everyone loves it, by the way. I think we're all enjoying it, right? It's been some great football games, some blowouts that obviously, especially with like Ohio State, Oregon. That sucked. I thought it was going to be a close matchup.
Wow.
But as a coach, man, you got to have your guys fired up. If you got that 2-week break, what would you do the first week? Are you practicing, or did you guys, Merry Christmas, everybody, take the week off? I'm just wondering, you know? Yeah, you're right. Maybe too much rest, but no, those guys got to get into each other. They got to maybe have a practice format where it's almost game time. Where they got to go at each other. That's the best thing I can think of right now, Cobrizi, because you're right. These top four seeds going down, especially Oregon being the big one.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
mm.
The only undefeated team. Yeah, I partly picked all four of those teams because of the rhythm that they got going the week before. I thought that this might be a factor, and I went with all four lower seeded teams to upset these conference champions. I
Nice.
mean,
Yeah.
you look at Ashton Genty. He has two early fumbles in the game. The guy fumbled once or twice all year. They're not hitting. They're not hitting in practice anymore.
Yeah.
So you take 4 weeks off for some of these teams, and yeah, that's going to be a factor when you got Ohio State getting a rhythm against Tennessee the week before. You got Notre Dame kicking IU's ass the week before. That's a factor, and that might be something that we have to look into. But right now, with it being 12 teams, I mean, the top four are going to get a bye every
Yeah.
time. So,
Yeah. Hey, right. Maybe maybe they should expand it, Cobrizi. Maybe do a 16. Nobody gets
yeah,
a bye. Nobody gets a bye. Because hey, let's talk about March Madness. Okay,
oh
let's
yeah,
go to basketball because we're going to be getting into that. Everybody, once
ooh
once
baby,
football's done, we're going to get really detailed in college basketball. If you
mm-mm.
did 16 teams, you got a Sweet 16. There's no buys. No, there's no
Yep.
buys in college basketball, regardless if
Yeah.
you went undefeated. Maybe they got to start thinking of something like that, Cobrizi.
Yeah, definitely. Just like March Madness, it'll keep expanding. It'll just keep going. More games, more money. More games, more money.
Exactly.
Let's look at these two semifinal games here, Max. The first one, Thursday, 5:30 Mountain Time on ESPN. We've got the Orange Bowl in Miami Gardens, Florida. My Irish, woo! The Notre Dame Fighting Irish are taking on Penn State, the Nittany Lions. Looking at Penn State first, how they got here. They whipped those ponies from SMU 38-10. It was 28-0 at halftime. And then they jumped on Boise State last week early, beat them. They were up 14-0 early, finished 31-14. Yeah, Boise State kind of made that a game, but I never thought they were going to win that. Looking at the Irish, they beat the Hoosiers 27-17. But damn it, like we talked about, it was 27-3 with 87 seconds remaining. That was a blowout. That wasn't a game either. And then, to admit, some people surprised, they beat them dogs last week. Beat them dogs of Georgia 23-10. Big reason why Notre Dame scored 17 points in 54 seconds of game time.
Wow.
17 points in 54 seconds of game time. There was a field goal, and then that led to a strip sack. Riley Leonard found Bo Collins in the end zone. And then the opening kickoff of the third quarter, Jaden Harrison ran it back 98 yards. So 17 points in 54 seconds. My goodness. Max, the Orange Bowl in Miami Gardens, Florida. Notre Dame, Penn State. How you feeling?
Oh man, great matchup here, especially because both teams great defense. They both have good defenses, and offensively too. I honestly, I was shocked on how well Penn State did offensively. Defensively, they stopped obviously Ashton Genty, so that was huge. That was huge. But you called it out last week, Cobrizi, that Penn State has the best rushing defense, if I'm not mistaken.
One of them.
One of them. So they're one of the top dogs there. But man, this is so evenly matched. It's such an evenly matched game. Maybe the fact that Leonard on Notre Dame has that rushing ability that could be the change of pace that they need. And I'm going Notre Dame, Cobrizi. Of course, I got to go Notre Dame.
Hello.
Keep bringing it up on the podcast. It's my second favorite team. First, I mean, obviously when Purdue sucks, which they did, Notre Dame is the best team to watch. So I'm going getting them into the championship. I think it's going to be a nail biter though. Cobrizi. It is going to be. I'm not even expecting a high scoring game. I'm going 21-17. 21-17 Notre Dame.
Ooh.
Gonna have to try to run that clock a little bit. Hopefully,
Yeah.
I heard about the running back for Notre Dame. I think he's good to go. I'm pretty sure.
Love.
Do you have anything on that, Cobrizi? Because I heard he's good to go, but you would know more.
Jeremiah Love, 1,076 yards and 16 rushing touchdowns this year. It was a Notre Dame record for consecutive games scoring a touchdown. It was a Notre Dame record this season for Jeremiah Love. He did bang up his knee in the USC game to finish the regular season. Against IU, he only had 8 carries. including that 98-yard burner down the sideline, of course. And he only had 6 carries last week against Georgia. Only 14 carries combined these last 2 games. He's definitely not 100%. Hopefully he's good to go. Over 1,000 yards, 16 rushing touchdowns. Jeremiah Love, he's a baller.
Yeah, they're definitely going to need him. I understand. They're going to need him to have 14 touches in this game. Okay, not combined here.
Yep.
Come on. I hope he's good to go.
Jadarian Price, he's no snub as a backup. Over 700 yards and 7 tutties himself on the ground this year. And like you said, Riley Leonard, he had 14 carries for 80 yards against Georgia last week. 14 for 80. Yep. He's got 831 rushing yards and 15 rushing touchdowns on the season. Woo. Riley Leonard, 15 rushing touchdowns. That is tied for 17th in the nation. It's tied for 6th amongst quarterbacks. So like you said, Max, got a good running game there with Notre Dame, but also a good running game for Penn State. Drew Aller, he likes to run it. I think he's got 6 rushing touchdowns. Katron Allen, one of the better names in the game. Katron. Him and Nick Singleton, they both have over 1,000 yards, both of them. But, excuse me, I want to shout out Tyler Warren right now, the do-everything tight end for Penn State. He was 7th in the Heisman voting. I don't know if people realize that. No. He caught 98 balls this year. That was 3rd in the nation. 1,158 receiving yards was 2nd amongst tight ends and 11th in the nation. And his 8 receiving touchdowns was 3rd amongst tight ends. He also rushed the ball for 197 yards and 4 more scores, and he passed for a touchdown.
Oh, nice.
Tyler Warren, he's one of the best weapons in all of college football and remaining in this semifinal. But one more name I got to call out before making my final prediction is Abdul Carter, the defensive end for Penn State. He's top 8 in every NFL mock that I've looked at, top 8 pick. He's the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year. He left early against Boise State in the start of the second quarter, did not return with a left arm shoulder injury. Now I think he's going to play. But damn it, he's not going to be 100%. He can't be 100%. If he got hurt in the start of the second quarter against Boise State, didn't return, he's not going to be 100%. Both these teams are top 20 nationally in rushing. I'm with you, Max. It's going to be a ground and pound game. Keep it on the ground. Riley Leonard cannot throw down the field. Just tuck it and run. Get an extra blocker in there. And damn it, I think this might be a factor too. Penn State, they've got 8 days of rest compared to Notre Dame's 6. Notre Dame played 2 days after Penn State. In football, that's going to play a little factor. It's going to play a little factor. Damn it, Max, you said 21-17 Notre Dame?
Yeah.
I'm going 20-17.
Okay. All right.
We're right there.
Yeah.
Moving on to Friday at 5:30 Mountain Time on ESPN, we got the Cotton Bowl in Arlington, Texas. The Longhorns of Texas staying home and playing them Buckeyes of Ohio State. Looking at the Buckeyes real quick, they whipped the shit out of Tennessee, 42-17 in the first round, 21-0 at the end of the first, 21-0 below at the end of the first. Wasn't a game. Then last week, against the number 1 team, number 1 seed in this playoff, only undefeated team remaining against Oregon. Final score was 41-21. But it was 34-0 until almost halftime. 34-0 until almost halftime. Jumped on them early. Texas, they got here by beating Clemson by 2 touchdowns, 38-24, and then had a great game against Arizona State, 39-31 in double overtime. Texas, they kind of pissed the bed in this one, Max. They were up 17-3 at halftime. They were up 24-8 midway through the fourth quarter. Ends up going to double OT. That makes me nervous about them, but they are staying home. This is basically a home game for the Longhorns in Dallas, in Arlington. You going Buckeyes out of the Big Ten or Texas out of the SEC?
Oh, my goodness gracious. Wow. Another great battle here, Cole Breezy, but you got to be kidding me with Ohio State beating a very good Tennessee team 42-17. And then Oregon hasn't lost. The only undefeated team, 41-21. You already brought up 34-8 at halftime. They were up to a 31-0 lead.
And Oregon got those 8 points by scoring at the buzzer. They scored at the buzzer.
Yep. Defense was red hot, and offensively, dude, Will Howard, he is a good-ass quarterback. He is a good quarterback.
I think so.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And All I got to say, boys, is I got Ohio State. I got this 8 seed taking down Texas. Dude, how can you not, after seeing them beat Tennessee the way that they did and Oregon the way that they did? It was not even close. Woo. Those games weren't even close.
Woo.
Okay, I would argue that that Tennessee is better than Texas. I would definitely argue that Oregon is better than Texas. Okay, Ohio State just proved to you that they're better than both of them. So it's going to be a good game. I think it'll be closer. Well, I said that about Oregon too, right? And Tennessee. I thought Tennessee was going to beat Ohio State. Ohio State's really good, man. They're going to take this one. Yeah. I'm going to have fun with this. I'm going to go 33-28. 33-28. I want, I would like to see it a little back and forth here, but Ohio State 33-28.
Ohio State, I think, was the team in the first round that we all thought could lose at home. I think that was the one, and they whipped the shit out of Tennessee, and then really surprised us last week. I had them winning that game, but I didn't see a beatdown. I saw a back and forth tennis match. Ohio State, I think they've got more firepower offensively than anybody else right now. That Michigan loss, it really woke them up. They had a couple weeks to sit and really stew in that. I want to shout out Jeremiah Smith, freshman receiver for Ohio State. He just turned 19 5.5 weeks ago. 19 years old 5.5 weeks ago. He caught 70 balls this year for 1,224 yards and 14 touchdowns. Those are all freshman records at Ohio State, passing Chris Carter.
Wow.
Those 14 touchdowns are a Big Ten freshman record. And he had 161 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first half last week against Oregon. 161 and 2 in the first half. Jeremiah Smith was the Big Ten Freshman of the Year, Big Ten Wide Receiver of the Year, first team All-Big Ten, and second team All-American. This guy might be the best of all these Ohio State wide receivers that have been funneling into the NFL. Jeremiah Smith, he might be the best one of them all. I think he has another big game here against Texas. Texas has a lot of NFL players. Both teams do, all 4 teams left do. But I'm going Ohio State in this one. All that firepower, my goodness, the way they jumped on Oregon. 31-24. Buckeyes moving on to take on my Irish at Notre Dame.
Yeah, that's fun too.
That's going to be a ratings heaven for ESPN. That's going to go out the window.
Those are 2 powerhouse football schools going up against each other. We both have the same championship here, Breezy. These are 2 schools that at any time they're on TV, you watch them. You watch them. Everyone knows who they are. Everyone knows their football programs are outstanding.
Fans are everywhere.
I would love to see it. I would definitely love to see it.
That's going to be on January 20th, the national championship game on a Monday as they always do. Moving into the NFL here, Maxie. We got the wild card weekend just sneaking up on us. I kind of wish the college football playoff was on the weekend, but I understand not trying to mix up, go head-to-head with the NFL. I understand, but I kind of wish that they were all on at the same time.
Sure.
Let's go through these 6 games fairly quickly here. Chronological order. Starting Saturday, 2:30 Mountain Time on CBS. We got the 4-5 game in the AFC. The 11-6 Chargers are going to Houston to take on the 10-7 Texans. Max, LA, Houston, where you going here?
Cobrazy, both teams, good fight. All I got to say real quick, good fight by both of them. I cannot believe what the Chargers have done this year. I thought it was a rebuilding season. We said it since the beginning. Hey, call me. I'll say I was sleeping. I was sleeping on J.K. Dobbins. Okay, Kenny Kawaguchi coming in the way that he does. He had over 900 yards, 9 touchdowns. He might have some receiving in there. Yeah, literally rolling in that wheelchair. And if there's one team that I also thought high of, was Houston. I actually said the Texans. I think the Texans are going to have a great year with that high-powered offense. And guess what? Tank Dell goes down. Nico Collins is back, nasty injury. With Stephon Diggs, he's done. He's done. ACL. Dude, the Texans, they are banged up, man. The reason they got into the playoffs is because the AFC South blows. It blows. It's terrible. It's just absolutely terrible. Hey, your Titans, by the way, Cole Breezy got the #1 overall pick. Congratulations. I'm interested in seeing what they're going to do out here with that pick.
Me too.
But I'm not going to waste any more time, Cole Breezy. I'm going the Chargers. Unbelievable defense. I'm definitely taking Justin Herbert over C.J. Stroud because look, 23 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. 3?
Damn good. Damn good.
Very, very efficient. And Jim Harbaugh, man, he just I guess why why am I surprised? Why am I surprised after he comes off winning Michigan? Other than you come out of college and now you're coaching pros and you're coaching egos, but you know what? He's already been there, done that with San Francisco too, right?
Yes,
So again, why was I shocked? I don't know, but I got the Chargers. Go Breezy. What do you got?
Jim Harbaugh has to be up there for Coach of the Year. You know, we could throw together a list, but Jim Harbaugh has to be on it. Yeah, very efficient season from Justin Herbert, J.K. Dobbins. You know, they lost Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, and we thought they might not have the weapons, but the run game, the offensive line, you know, they get my guy first round out of Notre Dame on the offensive line.
Huge pick on that, by the way. If the Bears might have took him in the first round instead, I like what Roma Dudin I think the future looks good, but maybe if he would have had him blocking for Caleb Williams, maybe it would have been different. Who knows? Bears suck.
Probably not. Probably not. But yeah, disappointing season from C.J. Stroud this year. A lot of people were drooling about him. Yep. But disappointing season. I could see a bounce back year next year. We'll see. But I'm with you, Max. Chargers are in this one on the road. I think they have more momentum. They're 6-3 on the road this season, so I'm not worried about them going away from home. And yeah, Houston's just banged up. Joe Mixon's been in and out of the lineup. Hell of a season for Joe Mixon. Hell of a season. But he's been in and out of the lineup. I'm going Chargers 23-20 by a field goal here on the road.
Ooh, that close, huh? That close. I also think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I'm going to go 23-17 Chargers. I forgot to give you my score.
Nice. Moving along, Saturday, 6 o'clock Mountain Time on Prime Video. We got the 3-6 matchup in the AFC. The 10-7 Steelers are going to Baltimore to take on the 12-5 Ravens. This is the AFC North battle. They obviously played twice this year. In Week 11, Pittsburgh got them 18-16 in Pittsburgh. And then in Week 16, we just saw it, Baltimore got them 34-17 in Baltimore. Max, divisional matchup. These two teams split in the season. It's in Baltimore against Mike Tomlin, who we respect. Where you going?
Oh, man. This game could go either way, honestly, just because, both the coaches, Mike Tomlin, and then you got John Harbaugh. Now we're talking about the other Harbaugh. Harbaugh coming up. Harbaugh. But both great coaches. Gonna love to see this matchup. But no way am I going against the Ravens with Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson, and even Zay Flowers had over 1,000 yards this year. Not enough touchdowns, but enough. Mark Andrews really tore it up towards the end of the year, by the way. I forgot how many touchdowns he ended up with. Slow start with those gooses that we were talking about that pissed me off in the beginning of the season. But then he went on a streak of maybe 4 or 5 straight games with a touchdown. Dude, this high-powered offense. I know the Steelers have a great defense. I know that. I think they can keep it stingy. You know, I think they could be stingy with it. Stingy. Yeah. Good word, huh? Good word.
It is a good one. Good one.
But I am going the Ravens all the way here. Let's 28-17. How about that? 28-17. Okay. Derrick Henry getting in the end zone, no doubt about it.
Nice. And my buddy Mr. Tutty there from you. I'm right there with you, Max. I'm right there with you. I'm sorry, Will. I'm sorry, Mike Tomlin. I'm sorry, freaking Najee Harris. But I just don't think there's enough. Russell Wilson, he looks like he's back to his two-poop regime that he was on out here in Denver. I don't know, him and George Pickens, they're not on the same page. I don't know what's going on with George Pickens, but since he's been back from his hamstring, he doesn't look right either. Russell Wilson, I don't trust him. Baltimore at home for sure, and I'm with you. Derrick Henry, my buddy, Mr. Tutty. Derrick Henry, he's getting in there for sure over my left shoulder.
Nope. You kidding me? This guy almost had 2,000 yards this year. How old is he? 40? He's 40, 35, 40?
I think he's 54. Moving along. Last game here in the AFC. 11 o'clock Mountain Time on Sunday on CBS. The 2-7 matchup in the AFC. The 10-7 Denver Broncos. Back in the playoffs for the first time since Peyton Manning in 2015.
Wow. Okay.
The longest streak ever after winning a Super Bowl from missing the playoffs. They're back in it, baby, but damn it, they got a tough matchup here, Max. They're going up north to Buffalo to play the 13-4 Bills. How you feeling about this one?
Whew. You know, Sean Payton's a great coach, and what he did with Denver this year is outstanding. It's just outstanding. Bo Nix, I mean, come on. I know Jaden Daniels will probably get the Rookie of the Year, but
Yeah.
dude, Bo Nix had one hell of a rookie season. Unfreaking real. Unfreaking real. I said it since the when we were doing
Definitely.
The draft that you're sleeping
Mock
on Bo
drafts,
Nix,
yep.
and you know what? Denver said no way. We're gonna go get him. We're gonna keep that high efficiency quarterback, and he had again great but you got the MVP in Josh Allen. Okay, that's who he's got to go up against for his first matchup in the playoffs. He's got to go up against, well, the presumably MVP, right? We'll find out soon. I think he won it. I think he got it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, I think so.
I think.
Think about this, because real quick, let's just have a little conversation about this, okay? Because I know everyone is saying, Lamar Jackson, yeah. It's like, yeah, sure, Lamar should be in the conversations, no doubt about it. But you also got to look at what Lamar has. They brought over Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry had over 1,900 yards. And how many touchdowns, Cobra? 16 this year? 16? Yep. Dude, that takes such a load off. Who did they have last year? Freaking J.K. Dobbins and Gus Bus?
Gus Bust.
Yeah. Okay, that takes so much load off right there. Okay, and then you got Mark Andrews, and then Zay Flowers is no scrub either. Okay, he's got the weapons. Okay, who does Josh Allen have?
Yeah,
James Cook.
Khalil,
Cook is good, but he ain't no Derrick. He ain't no Derrick Henry. I'm telling you right now, he ain't running like Derrick Henry.
He's not. Might have been 18 tutties for James Cook this year. Hell of a season, but he's no Derrick Henry for sure.
So all I gotta say is you got to look at how he was able, with what he had, what he was able to do with that team. Unreal. That's why I give. Not only is the stats great, but I'm giving it to him because I was sleeping on the Bills this year, everybody. I thought that they were going to have a down year. I thought maybe they would slip in like a wild card. Dude, they won the division, 13-4. Jeez. I got the Bills in this one, by the way, Cobrizi. I know we're talking about MVP this year, but I got the Bills. I just don't see MVP Josh Allen losing to the Denver Broncos.
I don't either, especially this one being in Buffalo, but I think this one is going to be closer than what people are thinking on Sunday morning. I don't know if it's because I live here in Denver, but I'm sniffing a little something. Sean Payton, Bo Nix. Bo Nix, he just this past Sunday, Broncos completion percentage record in a single game past Peyton Manning. I think he was 26-29 against the Chiefs.
Against the second team, the second team of the Chiefs.
I wasn't gonna say that, but yes, against the backup.
You ever see Invincible at Cobrizi with Mark Wahlberg?
There's one you got me on.
You see that? Okay. You remember when they're doing the tryouts and the guy has the cape on and he's like, "I'm in the best shape of my life." That's who came out to play against the Broncos on Saturday, man, or Sunday.
Completion percentage record for Bo Nix. Definitely a hell of a rookie season. If he's not rookie of the year, he's definitely runner up for sure.
Yeah.
Sean Payton, Jim Harbaugh from the Chargers. Who you giving Coach of the Year to?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
That's what a great turnaround for Sean Payton, by the way. Seriously. You know, he has to deal with Russell Wilson's crap, you know, like moving over to Denver.
Literally his crap.
Well, technically no crap, right?
No crap in the facility.
He just has to listen to it. Hey, coach, you know, I did poop today. Well, maybe you should poop. Maybe you should take a dump, all right?
Try this, coach. Try this.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go Jim. I'm gonna go Jim Harbaugh on that. Because you look what the Chargers were. I mean, both teams were terrible last year. They really were. But Chargers, what a just unbelievable turnaround. That's all I got to say. I'm excited to see it. But anyway, I'm going Jim Harbaugh. What do you think, Cobrizi?
That's a toss-up for sure. We got to go back and look at preseason expectations for sure. Denver was definitely down there. Chargers were down there. That's a toss-up. I might go Denver just because of the rookie quarterback not being in the playoffs since 2015. Hell of a job here from Sean Payton. But I am going to go Bills at home, 28-24. I think this is going to be a good one. I hope there's going to be snow. That's not going to affect either team, but I hope there's going to be some snow.
Snow game.
Moving into the NFC on Sunday, 2:30 Mountain Time on Fox. We got the 2-7 matchup. The 11-6 Packers are going to Philly to take on the 14-3 Eagles.
Yeah.
These two teams played this year in week 1. If we remember, on Friday night in Brazil, the Eagles got them by 5, 34-29. Saquon, it was his coming out party for Philly. 109 yards and 2 tutties in that game. A.J. Brown, 119 yards and a tutty. Packers, Eagles in Philly. Max, how you feeling about this one in the NFC?
This might be the juiciest matchup of the playoffs this weekend. Okay, I love this game. I know Jordan Love left early, and the Bears squeaked one out. Look at my Bears squeaking one
Bears.
out.
Go Bears!
Yeah, go Bears! Sweet.
Big win.
I wonder how that affected their draft capital because of that. I bet. Whatever. I'm glad. You know what? Fine. I'll take the win.
Yeah.
But moving on, because who cares about the damn Bears? Is Jordan Love going to play? I think so. I think he'll be all right.
I texted Jack today. He said he's in there. Jack Alvarado, our Packers representative, said he's in there.
Nice. But dude, the Eagles are so good. They're so damn good. Saquon Barkley having an MVP caliber season. MVP as a running back. He probably won't win it. They probably won't. He probably won't win it because it's always a quarterback. But if you're going to give it to someone else, I think Saquon Barkley deserves it. It was kind of like Chris.
Might be fantasy.
Yeah, I think so, man. I think so. But also, Jalen Hurts, the tush push scenario on the goal line, it's automatic. It is literally automatic. It's like 99 point. I'll go 5% because I'm sure there might have been a fumble here and there, maybe once ever. It's just automatic, and the way that they're able to get down the field, with even if Jalen Hurts isn't that big of a passing quarterback, he still gets it to A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, even Dallas Goedert gets in the mix, and then Saquon Barkley, dude, the guy is averaging over 100 whatever yards a game. Yeah. I got the Eagles in this one. I think the Packers are great. I think the Packers had a great season. I think this game is going to go 34-31. I am still going the Eagles at home.
Shootout.
Josh Jacobs is getting in the end zone, no doubt about it in my mind. But I just think, it's again, I think it's the best matchup of the weekend. That's all I got to say. But I'm going to go to the Eagles.
Great juicy matchup here, Max. I'm going off of you here. I'm going opposite. I'm going upset. Packers on the road. We've seen them do it before. We've seen them do it from the 7 seed before, I believe, even last year. Jalen Hurts, he's missed the last two games because of a concussion. Is he going to play? We don't know. Nick Sirianni said no update. No update on Hurts.
He's playing. Come on.
I think he'll play too. But with that cloud over the Eagles, we're not sure about it. Packers are 5-3 on the road this year. I'm not worried about it. 23-21 Packers on the road. I see Saquon getting in the end zone like you. Saquon getting in there for sure, but 23-21 Packers on the road upset. Wow. That's my big upsetter.
Wow. No Christian Watson for the Packers. I just saw that because I know that could they toss the ball. It's a bummer. They toss the ball around a lot with some of the other guys. That's what the Packers are so good. Mm-hmm. It sucks because you don't really know who to draft in fantasy football. Like I drafted Jaden Reed, and I was so pumped, and then he kind of just fell off a cliff. He fell off a cliff at the end.
Good start.
Yeah, sure, whatever. But anyway, great pick, Breezy. I think it's fun.
Moving along, Sunday, 6 o'clock Mountain Time on NBC and Peacock. Hope you still got the Peacock. The 3-6 matchup in the NFC, the 12-5 Commanders. No longer are they the Washington Football Queefs because they're 12-5 and back in the playoffs. They're going to Tampa to take on the 10-7 Buccaneers. These two teams also played in Week 1. In Tampa, Blazer was blazing that thing. Buccaneers won 37-20. Blazer had 4 tutties, 2 of them to Mike Evans. Washington, back in the playoffs, going to Tampa. How you feeling, Max?
Man, this is another fun game. Great playoff games. Great playoffs here.
All of them.
And Breezy, how many times that we have made fun of Baker Mayfield and then he just literally queefed right in our face because 41 touchdowns this year? 41 touchdowns, 4,500 yards. Jeez, The guy chucks the ball. Wow. And, he's got such great weapons in Mike Evans. Mike Evans, by the way, congratulations. What is it, his 12th straight season with 1,000 yards? Freaking unreal. Unreal. And then, hey, Cobrizi, you called this out earlier on that you said that Rachaad White's going to have a down year. He's going to queef because you believe that Bucky Irving was going to take the snaps. Well, Bucky Irving took the lead role. So he over 1,100 yards. Man, this is a fun matchup. Jaden Daniels, Rookie of the Year, more than likely. Terry McLaurin had a good season as well. But I am still going with Blazer Mayfield. I'm no upsets here for me. No upsets.
Blazer.
I'm sticking with Blazer Mayfield. I just think the way that he's been chucking it has just been
Yeah,
wow. Just
yeah,
whoa, whoa.
yeah. Hell of a season from Blazer. Hell of a season. 41 touchdowns. My goodness. And yeah, Bucky Irving, he exceeded my expectations even. Rashad White, still a solid season. Still a
Yeah.
solid season for Rashad White. But Bucky Irving even exceeded my expectations. But Max, I'm going off you again. I'm going the Commanders on the road. They got two more wins. They got two more wins than the Bucks. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Bucks beat them big time in Week 1. Washington, they're 5-3 on the road, so I'm not scared of them moving away. I got Washington 31-27. My buddy Mr. Tutty for Jaden Daniels in the red zone, sneaking
Yeah.
one in around the corner. Him and Scary Terry, that was a beautiful stack for me this season. I believe 13 receiving touchdowns for Terry McLaurin, a franchise record. So great season for him. Is he in keeper consideration? Probably not, but Terry McLaurin, hell of a season for him. I'm going Washington 31-27 on the road.
Took your team straight to the Queef Bowl.
I got no comment on that one. I won that Queef Bowl, though, damn it.
Hey, congrats. You don't have to go to the Waffle House. Good job.
Last game.
I drove past a Waffle House, by the way, the other day, and I leaned over to Claudia. I was like, I am so happy
Yeah.
that didn't happen.
That was
'Cause,
almost me.
yeah.
That was almost me. Last game we got to pick here. Monday night. This is a 3-day playoff weekend. Monday night, 6 o'clock Mountain Time on ESPN, the 4-5 matchup in the NFC. The 14-3 Minnesota Vikings are going to LA to play the 10-7 Rams. These two teams played in Week 7, actually. They played in LA. The Rams got them 30-20, got them by 10. Stafford slinging that thing around, 4 touchdowns, two of them to Demarcus Robinson. Minnesota is the first ever 14-win wildcard team in NFL history. First ever 14-win wildcard team in NFL history. They're going on the road. You taking them in LA, Max?
Man, that's fun playoffs. Fun playoffs, go Breezy. That's all I got to say about that. But hey, I'm just gonna go ahead and say no. I'm going the Rams. I'm going the Rams, dude. Come on, Kyron Williams had about 1,300 yards. Puka Nakua, Cooper Kupp, and also the coaching, dude. Come on, come on.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, a Super Bowl winner, and apparently my neighbor. I think I told you, Cobreezy. My neighbor's like good buddies with him. Was on the was on the elevator, and then I saw him wearing a Rams shirt. I was like, "Oh, a Rams fan." And he goes, "Oh yeah, no, I'm friends with the coach." I was like, "Wait, you're friends with what?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, see, look," and he's like, "This weekend, and literally this weekend."
Nice.
In the locker room with freaking all the players. I was like, "Who are you? Who the hell are you?" It's like,
Hell yeah.
so anyway, that was kind of cool. But
Yeah.
I got the Rams. I think the coaching is unreal, and they got the experience. So Vikings, such a surprise. That's all I got to say. Surprise year. I thought they were going to be the worst than the Bears. Why do I do that? I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do it to yourself. Do it to
I
yourself.
definitely do it to myself. No more. No more, by the way. No more. Vikings, great season. It's going to be a good game. 31-28 Rams. 31-28.
Nice.
High scoring game.
Nice. Kevin O'Connell, head coach of the Vikings, also needs to be thrown into that head coach of the year conversation with Harbaugh, Sean Payton. That's a big three right there.
He actually might win that. He might win that. Yeah.
He might. That's a hell of a conversation to have. All those guys could be getting votes. But yeah, Rams. They took last week off their starters, rested their starters, so they should be healthy. They're at home. They already beat the Vikings at home this year by 10. But the Vikings have 4 more wins than the Rams. I just think the Vikings are better. I think the Vikings are better. Justin Jefferson, Sam Darnold. We want to talk about surprise seasons.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold might be the biggest surprise of anybody this season. I got Minnesota on the road, 24-23. Max, I took 4 road teams.
That tight.
Tight, baby, tight. I took 4 road teams out of 6 games here. I'm smelling some chaos in the NFL wildcard weekend coming up this weekend.
I like it. I like these upsets that you're picking, Cobra. No upsets for me, but I do think that there's going to be some really tight games, no doubt about it.
Finish here quickly with a Super Bowl pick here, Maxie. I'm going to start us off. Now, there's a lot of talk about them Chiefs. A lot of talk about Patty Mahomes. A lot of talk about Travis Kelce, Andy Reid. They are seeking to become the first ever team to win 3 consecutive Super Bowls. No one's ever won 3 straight. But damn it, I got him going down. I got him going down in that AFC Championship game. I got the Lions taking on the Ravens in my Super Bowl.
Oh, the Ravens. Yeah, good pick. That's a good one. I like that.
The Lions taking on the Ravens. Lions offense is second in yards, first in points. Ravens offense, first in yards, third in points. These are the two best offenses right here. Ravens defense, 10th in yards, 9th in points. Lions defense, 20th in yards, but 7th in points. Real quick, Lamar Jackson. We talked about him and Josh Allen. Saquon Barkley in the conversation also for MVP. But Lamar Jackson became the first player in NFL history to throw for 4,000 yards and rush for 800 more yards in a single season. He also became the first player in NFL history to throw for 40 touchdowns with less than 5 interceptions in a single season. Talking about Derrick Henry, my man over my left shoulder over here. He became the first player in NFL history to have 3 separate seasons of at least 1,500 rushing yards and 15 rushing touchdowns. First guy, 1,515, 3 separate seasons. And Derrick Henry also became the first player in NFL history to have 2 seasons of 1,900 rushing yards. First guy to do 2 seasons of over 1,900. I say all of that to take the Detroit Lions to win this Super Bowl this year. I feel like there's just a lot of juice. There's a lot of good karma around them. I love Campbell. Yeah. I love Coach Campbell.
Yeah, fire in that locker room.
Goodness.
Fire.
If you got to play for one guy, he might be at the top of the list. The Lions are the only NFC team to never reach the Super Bowl. Now, the Browns, Jaguars, and Texans also have never reached the Super Bowl. They're in the AFC, but the Lions have never reached the Super Bowl. I think they're going to win it this year over Lamar Jackson, who has an MVP discussion, and Derrick Henry. That's going to be a hell of a Super Bowl. Lions over Ravens for me.
Nice. Great picks. Go Breezy. Real quick, NFC, it's no question for me. It is the Lions. I think the Lions are the best team in the league. I know, like you said, a lot of people talking about the Chiefs. No. Chiefs are doing such a good job of maintaining the clock and managing the clock. Exactly.
That is
Lions score on every possession, it seems like. It's ridiculous.
First in points.
Ridiculous. Okay, so anyway, Lions in the NFC, no doubt in my mind. On the other side, a couple teams here that I was debating about, tossing about. I thought about Baltimore quite a bit because that offense is for real. Derrick Henry, unreal. I would love to see them in the Super Bowl. I would love it because I want to see Derrick Henry there.
Come on.
But I'm not giving it to him. I'm going the Bills. You know why? You know what? Because Baltimore's defense sucks. Baltimore's defense sucks. And
10th in yards and 9th in points. 10th in yards allowed, 9th in points allowed.
They give up so much passing yards. It's ridiculous. Stop it.
10th in total yards. 10th in total yards.
Buffalo's going to have a field day.
I want to see that game.
It'll be back and forth, though. Yeah, exactly. I would love that. It's going to be back and forth, though, because Baltimore can keep up with whoever scores first. How about that? Whoever scores first. Because they're going to go back and forth. So I got Detroit taking on Buffalo by Cobrazy. I'm also sticking with Detroit. I got Detroit. I think Detroit. I know. Sorry, everyone. We can't have any speculation anymore. We're always on the same page. But Detroit is by far the best team in the NFC. In the league. I would be like everyone who knows football. You would be disappointed to see them not win because of what you have seen this season from them. They're unreal. Offensively and defensively, both have just doing a great job. So anyway, go Lions, I guess. Go Lions.
What was it, like 2008? They were 0-16. Everybody in the stands were wearing brown paper bags over their freaking faces.
I remember that.
I mean, to go from that to possibly this, oh my goodness! For the fans, the city of Detroit, the state of Michigan, I'd like to see it.
Yeah.
Max, let's get it out of here. This week on the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast on this, I want to make a public thank you to the New England Patriots and former head coach Gerard Mayo for winning last week, beating the Buffalo Bills, and allowing my Tennessee Titans to slide into that number 1 overall pick. The Patriots had the number 1 overall pick. All they had to do was lie down like an old dog and let Buffalo run on them. But what do? Gerard Mayo, first year succeeding Bill Belichick. He said, "Fuck that. Let's beat the Bills." They do. They lose the number 1 pick. He gets his ass fired, and my Titans go into the number 1 slot. So I just got to make a public thank you to Gerard Mayo and the New England Patriots.
Hey, I love that call out, by the way. It's so funny. Everything they. Real quick, Cobrizi, do you know any speculation of what they're going to take number 1?
In my opinion, I've been calling these guys. I feel like I've had this top 3 for a while. No specific order. Miami quarterback Cam Ward, and my Buffalo boys out here, Travis Hunter and Shadur Sanders. I think that's a top 3 right there. It's mostly top 3 in a lot of people's mock drafts right now. But I hope the Titans do their due diligence. There's a lot of film to break down. There's a lot of people to talk to, high school coaches to talk to, family members. There's a lot of things that goes into this. Got until frickin' April. To get it done. But Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, Shadur Sanders, I'd be fine. I'd be fine with either of those 3 guys.
Go get a quarterback. Go get one of those guys. Travis Hunter's great, don't get me wrong, but go get a quarterback because Will Levis blows.
Will Levis had me on here drinking mayonnaise not 2 years ago, and people are trying to convince me that he could be the guy, and I don't see it. No, I don't see it.
Terrible decisions.
Max T, anything else from you? Let's get out of here because I'm worried about this heat. It's getting chilly.
Oh, yes. Go bundle
21. I still got 21 on the temp. So we're feeling all right.
I mean, you guys are going to have to snuggle up under the covers. Get Bentley over there. Okay.
Oh, yeah, he's a furnace. Furnace.
You guys are you're campers. You're campers out there. So
That's what I said.
You know how to start a fire.
We've slept in 20 degrees before. We're campers. We can handle it.
Yeah. Does your wife ever call you Sasquatch? To keep you warm with all that fur.
I definitely have.
How are you getting cold? How are you getting cold with all that fur underneath you?
Definitely haven't trimmed this in a while. This hasn't been. This is getting a little tail down the middle. It's getting a little tail down the middle.
Perfect for you guys.